There were great expectations around the 2020 edition of the Ras Al Khaimah Half Marathon, the greatest women's field ever assembled, with 10 women sub 67 minutes and a record entry of 5,000 runners across the various distances. The race got off to a cracking start at 7 o'clock local time with a big men's pack on schedule early on for the course record time of 58.42. The early pacemaker well out in front of the field, Bagale Nibret Melak. He stepped off just before 10 kilometres. And then it was the turn of the European record holder, Julian Vanders of Switzerland, to take his turn at the head of the field and keep the pot boiling with that large group. Meanwhile, in the stellar women's field, it was down to 2. The world #1 ranked road runner and the women's marathon world record holder, Brigid Kosgei, found herself with company with the Ethiopian Ababel Yeshaneh. The men's group gradually got whittled down, approaching the 15-kilometre point, but there was a very nice moment between the women's leaders, sharing a bottle of water at the 38-minute point just before the racing in earnest began, operating inside world record schedule. A long run for home after 15 kilometres by the men's leader, Miyayo. It looked like it was a winning lead at one point, but there was some high-class runners leading the pursuit behind him. The women still locked together, headed by their personal pacemaker, Jeffrey Piego. Candy of Kenya caught his teammate Munyayo and went straight by. The gap stayed at 1 or 2 seconds for several kilometres. The pace of that battle brought them closer to course record schedule, but we had a surprise turnabout in the women's field, because in the final quarter of the race, it was Ababel of Ethiopia getting away inside world record schedule, and in the final charge for the line, the biggest win of his career, just under 59 minutes, went to Kibiwot Candy of Kenya. And in the women's event, keeping an eye on her clock, we were all keeping an eye on the clock. The world record was going down by 20 seconds to Ababel of Ethiopia. Absolutely spent once she got beyond the finish line, but a $100,000 bonus for a women's world record performance. And the presentation from Sheikh Saud bin Sakir Al-Qasimi, member of the ruling Federal Supreme Council of the United Arab Emirates, accompanied by Raki Phillips of the tourism body. A great day's racing.